Hello everyone. Let's go ahead in macroeconomics and today try to understand the next topic in the chapter AD and its related concept. Well, in this video, today we are going to understand two different functions, that is consumption function and saving function. Well, the saving function we will be dealing with later on. Let's first try to understand what consumption function is. Now, the functional relationship between consumption and income is called consumption function. I repeat, the functional relation between consumption and income is called consumption function. As you know, and we have discussed in the earlier videos, that there will always be some level of consumption whatever your income is. That is, even when your income is zero, you will still have some consumption. And this consumption, which is at zero level of income, is called as autonomous consumption. Secondly, we have also discussed one point that there is a direct and a positive relationship between income and consumption. That is, whenever income will increase, consumption will also be increasing. But one thing which I would like to add today in this video is that the rate at which Y will increase will always be higher than the rate at which consumption will increase. Let's try to understand this point through this table. Well, you can see here the value of income is 0, 50, 100, 150, while at the same time the value of consumption is 20, 60, 100, 140. Now, as per our information, first of all, please understand that the value of C that you are seeing at 20 is existing when the income is 0. So 20 is called the autonomous consumption. Second point, you see the income is increasing 0, 50, then 200, then 250, while at the same time consumption is also increasing, that is 20, 60, 100, 140, which also proves our second theory of income and consumption, that is both are having a direct relationship with each other, that is when one increase the other also increase. Now the third point which I have just made now is, please see that the rate of increase of Y in this data is 50. That is from 0 to 50 it is 50, 50 to 100 the difference is 50, 100 to 150 the difference is 50, while at the same time the rate of increase in consumption is 40. You see 20 to 60 is 40 units, 60 to 100 is 40 units, 100 to 140 is 40 units. So it means rate of increase in income is greater than the rate of increase in consumption. Now let's try to understand this data in a graphic presentation. Well, you see in this diagram there are two lines that are being shown. One is a violet line which shows Y, which is called income, and one is a blue line which shows consumption. The x-axis is called the income while the y-axis is called the consumption. Now see, first of all, this line which you can see over here, it starts from 0. This is because income starts from 0 and you can see the value of income is increasing, and also the rate of increase is constant in every case. Since rate of increase is constant, the value of income will start from y line, means from 0 axis, from x axis, and it goes upwards, showing that the value of income is increasing, and the line is straight because the rate of increase in income is constant. Secondly, you can see the lowest value of C is 20. Again, the value of C also increases, and also the rate of increase in C is constant. So you see the blue line, it starts from 20. It also goes ahead straight upwards because it is increasing, and straight because the rate of increase is constant, and at somewhere at point B, both of them touch each other. Somewhere at point B, both of them touch each other, and after that point B, the blue line goes below the income line. Now the point where income and consumption line touches each other, that is at point B, this is called break even point. Well, what is break-even point? A situation where income is equal to consumption. Now, in this table, you can see that income is consumption at only one value, that is equal to 100. So at this point B, you can see the income is 100. You can see this line, the income is 100, and you can see over here the consumption is also 100. Similarly, now, while we have done with break-even point, you see that now what we are going to do is this point below the break-even point, this point, and now this point after the break-even point. Now let's try to understand the left hand portion, that is this portion of before break-even point. You can see very clearly over here that the consumption line, that is the blue line, is above the income line, that is the violet line. While after the break-even point at this stage, you can see consumption line, that is the blue line, is below the income line, that is the violet line. Which means before break-even point, consumption is more, income is less. After break-even point, consumption is less, income is more. You can see over here, before break-even point, consumption is more, income is less, and after break-even point, income is more, consumption is less. This shows that at lower level of income, consumption will always be higher than income, and after break-even point, when income rises at a very high rate, consumption does not rise at that rate. So that is why this line is called consumption function line, and before break-even point, consumption is greater than income, and after break-even point, income is greater than consumption. So whichever you see, after break-even point, income is above consumption. After break-even point, please understand, after break-even point, income is 150, consumption is 140, which means income is higher. That is why the Y line is above consumption line. Whosoever's value will be higher, that line will be above the other line. So after break-even point, since income is higher, that is why income line is above consumption line, and before break-even point, that is at 0 and 50 level of income, since consumption is higher, that is why C line is above the Y line. I hope with this you will be able to understand what consumption function is and what its graphic presentation is. Thank you everyone.